Well, if you can't tell folks, tonight is sports night. We here at B.O.P.s, this is going to be the great debate with everybody. If you were in the last time we were here, y'all know the rules. There's going to be 2 rounds, 3 questions in the first rounds, and we do a lightning round again, minutes and win it. So everybody's going to have 90 seconds to defend their point. Give me gold, give me hilarious. The first 2 questions are going to be anything, any answer goes. The second one, you get 2 answers to choose from, but feel free to give me a dark horse. I love it. And then once you give me your answer, we're going to decide which one of y'all is going on to the lightning round. It's only going to be 2 of y'all this time. And then we're going to face off. Are y'all ready?
I'm ready.
Ready.
All right, let me introduce the whole group. My name is Trey Kine, for everybody that forgot. Down at the bottom, we still got Tyrone. We're part of the Let's Live team. What's going on? We have Ern. And we got Mike. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready to give you gold?
You gotta let everybody know this is the new edition, Trey.
so Tyrone is talking shit because he won the last one. So y'all gotta knock him down a peg.
Where did he go up against the last one?
I beat Kyle.
He went up against Kyle.
Exactly. Like Kyle probably let him win. Like not like you. Kyle's a nice person. Kyle's a piece of trash.
I'm not even talking shit. I'm prepared. Let's go.
All right, let's do this. Are y'all ready?
Yep.
All right, so let's get into the first question. So, since we were just talking about the Sixers, Philly basketball, who's the most overrated Sixers star of all time? Go. 90 seconds. We're gonna start with the champ, Tyrone.
Oh, all right. I gotta go first. All right, mine is definitely not one you would think. I'm gonna go with Charles Barkley. So Charles Barkley is an all-time great. Charles Barkley is a Hall of Famer. But to me, he is one of the most overrated Sixers stars of all time. When he finally had his own team after Moses left, after Julius Erving retired, he's never gotten them out of the semifinals. He had a lot of individual titles. He had All-Stars. He won his only rebounding championship with the Sixers. But he came into the league on a very well-developed team that just was coming off of a championship. They had Julius Erving, Moses Malone. They still had a nucleus. When it was his team, he couldn't get us over the hump. He went years of not get. We missed the playoffs for the first time in 8 years under him. I believe that was in '90. But no matter how you look at it, though, yeah, the individual stats, you're gonna say he was an all-time great player. But to the team, to what he meant in the history of the team, one, you know, when you look at the players that come back as a part of the fabric, it was a bad breakup with him and the Sixers. It took a long time for him to really acknowledge the Sixers in a positive way. You know, to me, when I think of the Sixers, Dr. J, you think of Iverson for sure. But every one of the men that I mentioned either brought a championship or took us to the championship. So if you are the all-star, the franchise player, Barkley never did that. So that's my point.
All right, well, since Ern got shit to talk, let's see what Ern got to say.
First of all, I'm gonna say that was a very disrespectful answer. You probably be slapped for disrespecting the Hall of Fame.
Overrated.
Here's
He's supposed to win. Nothing else.
A lot of people supposed to win. And they don't. Here's the answer. The most overrated superstar in Sixers history is every single player the Sixers brung in to play with Allen Iverson. Glenn Robinson, Chris Webber, Elton Brand, every one of them, Tim Thomas, Jerry Stackhouse, every single player that was supposed to be Allen Iverson's number 2 was trash. That's the answer. Point blank period. Here's the thing. Allen Iverson is the most beloved player in Sixers history. Point blank period. They should have won a championship. He took a champion. He took a team with Eric Snow to the championship. So he had the ability. You know what I'm saying? The Sixers just couldn't. Not for lack of trying. I'm talking about Chris Webber was a superstar Hall of Famer. Elton Brand was a superstar. Glenn Robinson was they brought in superstars, but somehow they magically came to Philly and became trash. So the answer is obviously every single player from Allen Iverson's draft until he left. And then we can add in Andre Miller too, because they traded for that bum when there's a lot of bad players during that tenure. So that's the answer.
Okay.
Man,
that was an obvious one.
Took everybody right there when he said
that was a flamethrower answer, but I love it.
I'm gonna have to go with
I'm gonna have to go with the 2000-2001 team as a whole. It's just over. Just all around. You look at Allen Iverson, yeah, we all know and love Allen Iverson, but after that, it's Theo Ratliff, George Lynch, Dikembe Mutombo, Eric Snow. Like, there's really no names at that point that you're like, oh yeah, they could take on the Lakers. They could take on Shaq and Kobe. Dikembe Mutombo was getting dunked on back in the 90s. So by 2001, what was we expecting? Theo Ratliff made one All-Star game. And George Lynch, I have no idea what he's doing. He might be at ShopRite bagging his groceries right now. I have no idea what he's doing with his career, with his life. Nevertheless, there is not a single player outside of Allen Iverson and Dikembe Mutombo that deserved to even be on the basketball court in those years.
Well, you gotta get my man Aaron McKee a little bit of love.
I say Aaron McKee won the Sixth Man of the Year.
He won Sixth Man of the Year. You gotta give him a little bit. You gotta give him
Allen Iverson was passing him that ball wide open. He better have made something.
Yeah. You know, but they both answered. They said the same thing basically. I think I won on the strength.
Basically,
I don't know. I gotta be honest with you. Charles Barkley was a bit disrespectful.
So disrespectful.
Charles Barkley was mad disrespectful. I'm gonna have to actually go. Mike, you had a good argument, but I gotta go with Ern, because fuck everybody that they brought in for Allen Iverson. They were trash. They were trash. What were y'all doing? Y'all needed to give him a real number 2.
Okay, so just answer me real quick. As a group.
You knew you was gonna get these type of answers from a Chester product. Like, you don't got no respect, man.
Listen to this. So Charles Barkley, superstar. What is a superstar supposed to do?
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer. What is he supposed to do? Did he do that with us?
What?
Allen Iverson didn't do that with us. Why didn't you say that?
To a chip though. We got to a chip. We never made it to a chip with Barkley.
Taking us to a
got mad and won it out.
McNabb took us to the Super Bowl.
It's a
McNabb also threw up in the Super Bowl.
It's a lot of superstars. I got another answer too. I got a lot of people that's trash, that's overrated.
You already won. Why can't we give you another answer?
The second one, and this goes out to my parents and my uncles, because they loved Andrew Toney. Let me tell you something right now. Andrew Toney was the 5th best player on that team, but people talk about him like he was Earl Manigault. Like, it got to stop. Like, he was the Ray Jackson of the Philadelphia 76ers. Like, you had 3 Hall of Famers and an MVP, and people talk about Andrew. He got the coolest nickname out of the whole team, which is weird. Like, come on, man. Like, he's Brandon Roy of the Sixers. Like, he had 2 All-Stars. That was about it. That was my plus disrespect. But he was still good, but he was just overrated.
All y'all make good points.
I appreciate the disrespect.
My superstar franchise player at least get me to the chip. I still think I won, but I'll let y'all have it.
How many chips you win in Chester? You played basketball. How many chips you win? Was you good?
Oh yeah, well, listen, I'm gonna tell you this. Top 5 junior all Delco.
All Delco. That's what
Delco, man.
How many chips you win, Tyrone?
None.
Exactly.
All right, so first question goes to Ern. Let's get into the second question. All right. So, of the major sports teams in Philly, who is the best team to not win a championship and why? We're going to start with the champ. Ern.
He's not the champ.
Are we saying what, like, are you asking?
Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to start with the man who won the last question.
Okay. You already know who's winning. That's what. It's okay. You're not wrong. It's all right, bro.
What you got for me?
He's on the clock. Don't cheat.
You said you go first.
No. You go first, bro.
Me?
Yes.
Ern.
You gotta say it. Me? Ern? Okay.
Ern.
Let me think. All right. I'm on the clock. Shit. All right. If I'm gonna say the best team not to win the championship, right? Like, I'm gonna go from a perspective that a lot of people think. Like, I don't really watch hockey, right? But I knew these hockey players' names because they were super dumb tough, right? You had John LeClaire, Eric Lindros, Eric Desjardins. Like, they were super tough. When a black person know hockey names, that means that team is supposed to win something, and they didn't win nothing. So my team that should have won a championship, the toughest team that should have won a championship, I think it was 97 Philadelphia Flyers, right? They had two of the top 5 players in the NHL, Eric Lindros and John LeClaire, and got smashed in the finals. I think they lost like 4-0 by the Red Wings. They got smashed. So they couldn't get it done. So, and only because they white and I know their names is I'm gonna pick the Flyers. Cheers.
That's a good one.
I gotta give you that one. Mike, you're up.
Man, I think I'm gonna go with 2011 Phillies. Would probably be my answer. You look at the starting 5. You have Roy Halladay, Cliff Lee, Cole Hamels. I think Vance Worley was even 11.
Roy Oswalt
was there. Vance Worley had a great season. Ryan Howard was still there. That's when we brought in Ibanez to hit out left field. I mean, that team was stacked. Best record in the NL and got knocked out in the first round. I mean, that was
the team that had the Vanimal too.
Yeah. It was a huge disappointment, but I feel like that team should have won at least.
Wait, I'm doing something. Don't come back. When I try.
I'll go with that.
That's cool.
That's tough. I like the answer.
That was a good one.
That was probably my most disappointed season I've ever watched of any sport ever, because I just knew they was going to do it, and they just bombed at the end of the season.
At least play the I think it was the Yankees had the best record. We had the second best record that year. We both got knocked out in the first round.
The thing I remember most about that season was in the playoffs when what's his name? Ryan Howard tore his Achilles running the first base.
Ryan Howard.
All downhill from there.
It was bad.
I mean, if we gonna talk about overrated Philadelphia sports stars, Ryan Howard's probably mine. He was great in his first few years, but then he couldn't hit a ball if it was parked in front of him and he had to kick it. Like, he just sucked.
Yeah,
he just sucked. Okay.
He was hitting bombs for a second though.
That's the thing. He was either home run or strikeout.
Yeah. So it was a home run or strikeout. There's no in between. You can't hit a hit to first base.
When he got hot though, he got hot in the playoffs.
He won a title. That is true. Didn't Ryan Howard win the MVP?
Yeah, him and Jimmy won back to back.
Yeah. All right, what is it? My turn yet?
Yeah,
it's your turn now. Go.
So I'm gonna go with the 2009 Phillies, the one we lost to the New York Yankees when we should have beat them when we lost 4-2 in the World Series. So I'm gonna tell you why they're the most disciplined. To me, they're the best team, but they should. For me, it starts with they had Pedro Martinez, who was old as dirt, who dusted off the glove and came out and he played his ass off in the playoffs. He came back and played on short rest in the World Series. We had Jimmy Rollins, who won his Golden Glove that year, and we had Chase Utley. You remember when Chase Utley hit like 6 home runs in that series, and he ended up winning the Silver Slugger Award that year? So we had all the pieces. We was coming off of the 2008 World Series. We still had our coach. We had everything intact, and we ran up against the Yankees. And to this day, I still don't know how we lost that series. We had better pitching. We had everything that we needed, and we just lost it in the World Series. I would say we were a way better team than
I agree with everything you said. We ain't have better pitching, though.
That's what
the Yankees had better pitching that year.
CC was untouchable that year, too.
Oh, CC's year. That was one of his best years.
But everything else you said was 100% on point, though.
Yeah, because, even Jason Worth was actually almost an all-star that season. So we all the way around had the better team. It was just disappointing. To me, on paper, they were the best team in the city, and they almost made history by back-to-back World Series.
And the weird thing about that one though is in 2008, we ain't really we really wasn't banging with the Phillies in 2000. No, they came out of nowhere with that chip, and then 2009.
Yeah. We expected 2009. We expected
you lost because his 2011 team was better, so you lost.
Well, you lost one.
Nah, I actually got to go ahead and get because that 2019 hurt me so bad that I had to turn off the Phillies for a whole season. Mm-hmm. I got to go with Tyrone. I could not watch the Phillies for almost an entire season because I was so mad. I was mad.
As a Philly fan, it's very rare that we go in
and it was to the Yankees.
And we went in expecting to win that shit and beating the Yankees. And to lose, I was salty, man.
and it was to the Yankees because I
Yeah.
never stopped hearing that shit from my Yankees fans. Never.
I remember where I was at, dog. I was at Miller's Ale House on the Boulevard. My man, he a Yankees fan. They bombed us game 1. I said, God damn, this is bullshit.
Game 1. They came out the game. When I knew we was in trouble when Chase Utley was hitting back-to-back home runs and Pedro 41, like he out there on the mound on short rest.
That's the crux of that loss. Pedro was our best pitcher, and he shouldn't have been pitching. So, like, if we talk about, all right, I get it. I agree with you. Trey, I agree with you 100%. Like, we talking about which one hurt the most. That Philly team hurt the most. But that 480 team was like when we signed Roy Oswalt and we had Cole Hamel come back, like, you couldn't tell me we wasn't going to win the championship.
It was expected. We thought we was winning it all right there immediately.
Hey, man, listen, stop defending your answer. You lost, dog. It was great.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
What about
the only reason you did not get this one is because the pain of watching a good ass team in 2009 get smacked by the Yankees so bad to the point that I almost cried like a little bitch, a grown ass man crying.
Who was it that got caught on that base running error? That pissed me when we like literally got our momentum going against the Yankees, and we got caught up in that.
What's the boy? Jason? What's the word?
He was rounded second, and then he got caught by fucking Johnny Damon. I was pissed, man.
Yeah. Which is the other part of that season that bothers me is because Jason Worth left.
That's what it was.
Bitch.
He left. He left
after he went to the fucking Nationals.
The Phillies fucked that up because they should have paid that man his money.
They should have paid Jason Worth his money.
Man,
that is true.
Flag, though. It was a lot. I think it was like 128.
They wanted to pay him, but he did try to highway robbery them. Like, it was pretty bad.
But it's baseball. Right? Everybody doing highway robbery. Right?
Everybody doing highway robbery. Damn, Jason, you just had to kill us like that? Like, we loved you.
We're trying how to play baseball right now so we can steal some money.
Listen, my son is going to learn how to play baseball from the time he can pick up a bat.
That's it.
My son, my daughter, I'll teach my dog how to play baseball. I need one of y'all out here getting one of these guaranteed big ass checks.
MLS evaluation for teams, they had like $400 million now. By the time your kids ready to play, they're gonna be giving them big contracts.
And they don't got
and they could be 12 years old getting them contracts too.
Yeah, right. Listen, 12, but they gonna keep them in the farm system.
Yeah, that's cool. But here's the thing: what's the boy from the Mets that's still getting paid? Even though he hasn't played in like 10 years.
Bobby
getting paid like, yes.
Listen,
go out there, get a ridiculous contract for 10 years guaranteed and blow out your ACL on purpose. You done working for the rest of your life.
But that story is crazy. Cool. That story is crazy.
Yeah.
It's because the Mets are stupid.
The owner's stupid. Stupid.
The owner and the Mets. The whole team is stupid because I hate the Mets because I'm a Phillies fan. So
I hate. Listen, we from Philly. We hate everybody from New York. All right. I'm gonna put it out there. So anybody watching this, you from New York, I hate you.
It's really hard to root for anything New York. Anything New York, I just automatically like the Knicks being terrible. I enjoy that shit. Like, I enjoy watching them stinking up year after year. Except for when Carmelo was there. It got to the point I felt bad for my man. I'm like, damn.
Like, the only thing I'd be wondering about New York is to be like, yo, y'all got these big-ass football teams. Why none of them play in New York? At least we play in our city. What the fuck are y'all doing? Y'all playing in Jersey. Jersey.
Cheap bastards. How you got the two of the highest grossing NFL teams and you got one stadium?
And they sharing it in New Jersey. They sharing that shit in New Jersey.
Listen, man. That's what happens in polygamy. You share one person.
I'm about to say, man, you better whisper that low for you get yourself in trouble.
Hey, she not here. Don't get me in trouble.
I came in the basement. Just in case I said something wrong, I had to come in the basement where it's soundproof.
Yeah. I'm ready for the time.
Right.
I'm warm.
Number three. Here we go. Of these two people, who deserves the most boos? The snowball Santa Claus, or Destiny's Child in the finals, who deserved the most boos? You can throw in a dark horse if you think somebody else deserved more boos than they did. Go.
Who's doing? It's on Mike.
It's on Mike.
Start with Mike.
It's on me.
It's on you, bro.
I'm gonna go with Carson Wentz. Deserves the most boos currently. That's who currently deserves the most boos. I don't know if you guys have been watching, but this is probably the worst shit I've ever seen in my life. He came into the game with 2 touchdowns and 6 interceptions and just threw another one immediately as soon as the game started, just to get it out the way. I don't care if we won. Like, he's playing so bad. I've been praying for Jalen Hurts every game. See him hit the field, I'm ready. It's no reason why he should be playing this bad. I don't care who's hurt. Hand the ball off, run an option, do something, stop turning the ball over.
That hurts.
Yeah, I know.
Hurts a lot. That hurt a lot.
That was unexpected. I didn't expect that.
I didn't either. I'm like, wow.
For some reason, I actually expected.
I was like, no, we haven't been at any games to boo him in person, and it just hit me like, no, he needs it. He needs this right now.
To be fair, his ass did get booed by fake ass SoundCloud. They pumped in SoundCloud to boo his ass.
He ain't feel it. He ain't feel the same. It didn't feel the same.
It ain't the same, man.
It didn't have
with the Eagles paint on his chest. He needs to hear that.
That was a good damn. That was a good one.
Well, shit. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go with Aaron. Go.
Damn, it's on me. All right, if we going off subject, I'm gonna pick the person that most Philadelphians would probably rumble if they saw Chip Kelly. You gotta give me a fair one, Chip. Chip, you gotta give us a fair one, dog. Like, you got rid of LaShawn McCoy. LaShawn McCoy, first of all, he got rid of LaShawn McCoy the day he was gonna throw one of the wildest parties, bro. My man had a flyer. It was like, I only need chicks in scantily clad clothes to show up to the job. That's amazing. He got rid of my man DJ, and just destroyed the team. So in terms of, we talk about just pure hate, I think that the most hated person in Philadelphia in the last 20 years is probably Chip Kelly. And then his face is just punched. Like, he the type that I just want to, like, you want to slap him. Like, he looked like an old ass SEPTA bus driver that you want to say backdoor. I don't know. It's like, and listen, I put a disclaimer. I'm not an Eagles fan, but the only reason I know that Chip Kelly pain is because after he got fired, he came to San Francisco and destroyed my team. Right, so I want to fight. Y'all want to fight. Yeah. So if we going just pure most hated, I'm gonna say Chip Kelly.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay on task. All right, it's between Santa Claus and Destiny's Child. Now, I was leaning towards Santa Claus because as bad as we was, you don't need to bring somebody out and remind them of responsibilities that you got Christmas on the way too after we losing. And then you see this guy out there on the field, he deserved it. But Destiny Child take the cake. I don't understand who told them to go out on the court with a Lakers jersey on and only one Sixers jersey halftime in Philly. So for that situation is by itself, right? I'm looking at Beyonce, she's a star, whatever. She still had Lakers on. Do y'all remember who they put on the Sixers jersey?
Beyonce didn't have Lakers. You're factually incorrect. You got to do
split.
No, Beyonce had the NBA. It's the NBA pairs.
Hold on. I'm pull up right now.
I knew you were Googling it when you was trying to speak. I knew that's how you got the answer. But if you Google it, Beyonce had an NBA. She had her shirt to NBA. The dark skin.
Oh, now we gotta Google it.
Had on the Lakers shirt.
Yeah. Oh, it's my time. Oh shit. Oh, Earth's fucking right.
Listen.
Oh no.
I pulled the hell out of that. That's the only thing I know. Listen, it was about 5 people with Sixers jerseys on.
You die. That show just killed my whole joint. I got notes and shit. My notes is all this is invalid now. It's all invalid. I mean, it is what it is. Child. There we go. Shit.
So boom.
Damn.
The round goes to it goes to Mike. So now we got a tie. Except Tyrone got to lose a point, man. Invalid information.
Got to. Falsifying information.
Invalid information. You can't come with an argument with invalid information.
Yeah, that is fair.
Point.
I'm sorry.
And we got our 2 winners on an error. Listen, we got our 2 winners on a Jason Worth style error.
Jason Worth style.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm embarrassed, dog, because I made the questions.
Listen, you did make the question. You was running the bases and got an error. How you run the bases and get an error? That's fucked up.
All right, it's cool.
Chester's finest, y'all. I'm gonna put that
I'll sit this one down.
All right, so we're gonna go on to the lightning round. Tyrone, you got to get the mute. It was appreciated.
Yeah, whatever, man.
All right. Are y'all ready for this one? So this is the way it goes. Like I said before, it's only 1 minute per round. Y'all don't have to really defend. You got to give me your answer, make it funny. Boom. We're gonna move on to the next question. We're just gonna keep going. Cool.
Got you.
All right. Let's go ahead and set this timer for a minute. Y'all ready?
Let's go.
Boom. Next team that needs a parade. Go. Earn. It doesn't matter. Just shout it out. It doesn't matter.
That needs a parade or deserves a parade?
Doesn't matter.
Next team that needs Sixers.
Okay. Why?
Because they ain't win one in fucking 20 years. Eagles just got one. Don't nobody really care about the Flyers or the Phillies. You know what I'm saying? It's like the heart of Philadelphia is right here. They need this chip. Let's get this parade.
Mike, go.
I gotta agree to Sixers, but I don't think it's the team. We deserve that parade. We had to sit there and watch them tank for years, winning 10 games, then they come and win 20. Then there's the GM out here tweeting on burner accounts. Like, we deserve this parade more than they deserve this parade.
I forgot about the burner accounts. No, not the burners. All right. Next round. Worst team in Philly history. Go.
Worst team in Philly history was the dream team fucking Eagles. You can't sign every goddamn body had the highest payroll in the NFL and be trash. Motherfucker, they were signing everybody. They signed my grandmom. They were signing everybody got a contract and they lost. Worst team in Philadelphia history.
Not only did they lose, they didn't even make the playoffs.
Yeah, Mike, they was trash.
I'm gonna stay with the Sixers, but go 2015 when our star player was Isaiah Cannon and Tony Roten and a whole bunch of bums. That team was literally awful, and then we got Michael Carter Williams, traded him after he won. He was a bum. KJ McDaniels was a bum. Jahlil Okafor, even worse. I mean, that team was awful. So I'm going to have to go 2015 76ers on this one.
We did get real hype about these first round picks, and it was trash.
But the goal was to lose. They had a goal of losing, though.
We didn't know that goal.
Yeah, we did.
That's true.
The GM said it.
He said, trust the process. He said it from the gate.
From the rip. We knew they was losing.
We knew tanking was happening. All right. Best speech in Philly sports history. AI's practice one or Jason Kelly's Hungry Dogs?
Ooh, yeah. I'll let Mike go first.
In between those two options, I'm gonna go Jason Kelsey's Hungry Dogs on those. Just between those two. AI's practice one is emotional. It's a lot more to that speech than people realize, and they just make it a joke. Jason Kelsey had his hype. We ready to go ahead and start doing keg stands down Broad Street, acting like white people after hearing that. I was excited. I was ready to climb on a light pole.
Listen, I was ready to climb on a light pole too. I was there.
Just for discontent, I'm going to go AI. Jason Kelsey practiced that shit in the mirror. The Eagles won the Super Bowl 7 days ago. He knew what he was going to say when he got up there. You know what I'm saying? AI got to the stage. They asked him a stupid question, and like a true Philadelphia, AI answered like as in such practice. What is practice? and just better known. Like if we going to go 10, 20 years later from this date, not many people gonna remember Jason. As great as it was, not many people gonna remember Jason Kelsey's speech. But practice is embedded in sports history.
There is actually a whole remix song with practice in it. So I gotta practice. All right. Next one. Better coach, Big Red or Larry Brown?
Larry Brown. Larry Brown took some of the worst players we've seen touch the Philadelphia court with Allen Iverson and made them play out amazing. Eric Snow was mentioned earlier. Like I said, George Lynch, Theo Ratliff. I don't know how Theo Ratliff made an All-Star game. I have no idea, but Larry Brown somehow made it possible. Bringing that team to the finals has to be one of his greatest accomplishments.
I'm going to say Big Red because NBA coaches don't really coach. Like, nobody knows what a real good – like, this is the problem with NBA coaches. When Brett Brown got fired, nobody can say, yo, this is a good coach unless they done it before, right? NFL coaches, you at least know what the fuck they do, right? Andy Reid is an offensive genius. You've seen it every time he took the stage with the Eagles. You've seen it with Kansas City. And he's taken 2 different teams to the pinnacle. You know what I'm saying? Larry Brown ain't really did much since Allen Iverson. You know what I'm saying? He had – Wait. Listen. He didn't do what championship has he won without Allen Iverson?
Okay. Hold up. He got to jump in. Let him jump in. Go ahead and jump in real quick. Oh, hold up. Wait. Go ahead.
The Lakers with the Pistons.
What?
Larry Brown didn't take the Pistons to the title.
He took them there. I
He
said,
didn't take us there.
You just said what did you do with Iverson?
Andy Reid is an NFL champion right now.
Larry Brown won with the Pistons.
He wasn't supposed to win.
We talking about Philly.
Yeah, but you said it in the sense of what did he do after Allen Iverson?
No.
Like,
So my point.
it wasn't nothing after Allen Iverson. They both was out.
Let me elaborate. The NFL, when I say the Eagles, when Andy Reid took the Eagles to the pinnacle, it was year after year with the Eagles. The plus side was just Kansas City. Larry Brown had 1 year with the Philadelphia 76ers. Stop, boy. He had 1 year with the 76ers, and that's when Allen Iverson was the MVP, dropping 40 on everybody. You know what I'm saying? So when I say like who's the better coach, it's who did it longer. Andy Reid gave the city of Philadelphia 12 plus years of greatness. Larry Brown gave us 1.
That's very true.
Andy Reid gave us 12 plus years and we should have won. That's what he gave us.
And Larry Brown gave us 1 year we should have won.
Hey, I'll take that 1 year over me just talking to my Redskins friends like, yeah, we still don't got a ring yet, but you see what we did? We won a division. Like, come on, man.
Wait, one more time. I'd rather talk shit with Redskins fans because they ain't shit than Lakers fans, because Lakers fans is fucking out of New York. I hate LA.
Listen. Not every team, just the Lakers. Just the Lakers for me.
Lakers.
Somebody in the chat said Aaron McKee. Aaron McKee's the best coach in Philly.
Oh, wait.
I mean, the man did win.
Wait, I didn't know. I'm gonna go off topic because I got to show my girl some love. Best coach in Philly history is fucking Dawn Staley. Put some respect on her name. She about to be a generational talent. She about to be areas. She won at every fucking level. She's a monster, and she went to Dobbins. Let's go.
She did win. She did, and she coached at Temple. So
she coached at Temple.
Dawn Staley. You gotta give Dawn Staley her due.
And she went to South Carolina. Was the second black female to ever win a national championship.
Dawn Staley was a monster. A monster.
I should have said that first.
All right. Last one. What's more iconic? The Vet or the Spectrum? Go.
You want me to go first? Mike, or you want to go
Anybody. First? It don't matter who goes out first.
I'll go first. I'm going to go with the Spectrum. I mean, the Spectrum holds titles. That's where we were winning championships in the Spectrum. When you talk to anybody born in like 1956, they was talking about hopping over fences to sneak into the Spectrum and watch Dr. J, Ernst Boy, Andrew Toney, So like, I'm gonna have to go with the Spectrum on this one.
All right, again, I'm just gonna go the opposite here. I'm gonna say the Vet. Any stadium that houses a full-time jail, because we so disrespectful as Philadelphians, gotta get the nod, man. Listen, you got to put us in jail to stop us from heckling other teams. You know what I'm saying? Well, not us. I ain't love you, but you got to put the
Eagles. You recorded too, dog. You got recorded.
You got to put.
You know what's gonna come out. You a real ass Philly fan.
Yeah. And here's the thing. If you talk to, like when you hear other NFL superstars talk about their history, they always say we ain't want to come to the vet, no matter who they was, because we knew what it was. And the vet was where, just to tie it into another answer, vet where we threw batteries, we hit Santa Claus with snowballs. You know what I'm saying? That's just, it's epic. Like all the stories come from the vet. All the great stories in sports, Philadelphia sports, Vince Polly, everything, vet.
All right. That's it. Those are the answers. All right. So I got to give it to you that one. I mean, the Spectrum had some of the greatest championships that we've seen before the modern era. However, if we're talking about iconic, the vet fell apart in a game. Mm-hmm. The vet was closed down for a game because the turf was so bad that somebody hurt themselves.
Didn't somebody
the vet had a jail in it? It fell apart in mid-game. the vet had a jail in it, and bad things happened in Philly because the vet existed.
Exactly.
Let's be honest. Everybody didn't want to come to the vet, not because of how bad the turf was, not because of how old the building was, not because that there was a jail in there, but because you could get batteries thrown at you. Do you know how mad you gotta be to throw batteries at people? They banned cans in the link because of the vet.
Low known Black history fact. You know what I'm saying? The vet was built against NFL standards so that the people were closer to the players than any other state. That's why you can get hit with a battery. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at how far you are at the link as opposed to the vet, you know what I'm saying? Night and day.
All right. Well, that's all the questions. So we got to go ahead and pick our winner. Number one, I got to let you know, because you're not an Eagles fan, I technically got to deduct a point. That being said.
Yes. You said us.
Don't get too hyped, Tyrone, because that being said, Ernest still the winner. Ernest still the winner.
Yo, Mike, I was rocking with you, dog. I really enjoyed your point on the Spectrum. Championships is all that matters. See, because it broke my point to life. Did Barkley ever get us to the game? No. This is all it's about. He was overrated. He was brought in to take us to the promised land. He never did. Congratulations.
Twofold. One for Tyrone, one for Mike, right? So Mike, I like your answer. You gave some good answers, but you came in with that New York do-rag, so we hated you from the start. And we'll don't wear that shit on. See that?
New York style.
You like I said before, you from Chester. So be easy.
Okay.
Be cool. You know what I'm saying? We let y'all into our group every once in a while. Y'all like South Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all right. You know what I'm saying? But y'all ain't invited to Thanksgiving.
You know what? No, straight up, yo. Aaron got to come back and defend that joint because I had my nose and I moved a little too fast. I think I would have won if I didn't misspeak and he called it out. That threw me off my game, dog. Like I had about
you were so close. And then when Aaron called you out about the jersey, that was it. That was the game.
Technically, he said that they haven't won a championship in 20 years, the Sixers, right? That had been 2000. They haven't won the championship since the 80s. So he should have been disqualified for that bullshit too. He was wrong.
I was talking for that. Listen, my goal, my game plan in this, because I knew y'all know, I know Tyrone knows the sports knowledge, and I know Mike does as well. I was gonna go full Donald Trump, like just talk real loud. My goal was to talk as loud as possible when I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I can keep it moving and get it off the topic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. You had great strategy. You had good strategy, man. Because Mike, go ahead, Trey.
I was about to say sometimes you just gotta hammer people with wrong information, but loud. People will stop. People will just assume you're right.
Listen, I was.
It clearly works.
Listen, T-Dot had me on the ropes with the Larry Brown because I said I was 100% wrong. Shit, Mike, let me break with Mike. I'm like, why can't let me break?
We got bullshit motherfuckers. We got bullshit motherfuckers in the chat saying dumb shit like Cowboys. But whatever. Whatever.
Listen, everybody hates the Cowboys. That's one thing we can all agree on.
It is America's team to hate.
Even people in Dallas hate the
I think
Cowboys.
you would have went on the Spectrum joint. You'd have brought up that like they had the best concerts. Like they had the first hip hop concert tour there, like Run DMC, everybody came there. So like they had a lot of history there. He won with the vet because all the sports memories is in the vet. Every memory goes back.
I'll be honest with you. He won with the vet because he mentioned all the bad shit that happens at the vet, and that is why the vet is truly iconic because it was a beautiful, it was a great stadium that was so fucked up. Like every bad story that has ever come out of Philly about Philadelphia fans typically was around the vet. Yep.
Nah, that's true.
Snowballs in Atlanta, it was in the vet. Somebody threw batteries on the field, it was at the vet. You throwing glass bottles and cans, it was at the vet. Somebody got tripped in their ankle in practice, it was at the vet. A balcony fell and fans fell to the ground. The vet.
I forgot
about jail. A jail. Vet.
Yo,
it was literally locking people up.
Y'all remember when Michael Irvin went down? When Tim Hawk hit Michael Irvin and we cheered, they thought he might have been paralyzed. They were cheering.
That was Bobby Dawkins. That was Bobby Dawkins.
They cheered until the car came out, and then they were like, should we cheer still?
Break him neck Bobby.
Yo, every great memory and terrible memory that we have is always in the vet. Yeah, always in the vet.
Yeah.
Nah, that's a great answer, gentlemen. I gotta give y'all that. I'm just really sorry that I made the questions a lost. That's the
inside information is always not the winner.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm good with this, man. Aaron got to come back, yo, because you barely won. All right, real shit. What's the final score? How much did he win by? Who was in second?
Let's be honest. It was obviously Mike because Mike was in more rounds than you.
Yeah. No, what I mean, no. Take my disqualification off. Take my disqualification off.
Again, it was still Mike because Mike was in more rounds than you.
I said take my DQ off the table.
He already answered your question, Tyrone.
Ain't no way around this, yo. I felt my own test. Ain't no way around this. Yeah, I'm out, man.
Hey man, sometimes you gotta fail the DUI. That's how it goes. Well, gentlemen, I appreciate y'all coming down. I appreciate everybody that is tuned in. This was B.O.P.s Best of Philly. We just talk shit, give you a bunch of questions, and debate it out and see who makes the most fucked up answer.
That's it.
Charles Barkley, most fucked up answer.
Charles Barkley was a fucked up answer.
Right.
Charles Barkley was a fucked up answer.
That was the worst answer on the whole show. Like, disrespectful.
Did he get us a chip?
Don't try. Listen, T-Dot, we don't need you to defend it. You tried already, and it was still terrible. You did that. You did that part already. Charles Barkley.
I was going for shock factor. You know what I mean?
If I can say, I would have said Charles Barkley as well. However, I would have expected to lose. So.
Oh, dang it! All right, y'all. That's crazy. That's crazy. That really is. Like I came up with the question.
Saying.
You the host. If anything, I'm supposed to get home field advantage. So you disqualified me. I didn't get the home field advantage.
Hey, you gotta pay off. You gotta pay off the ref. You gotta pay off the ref. That's how the Patriots do it.
Trey's an honest.
That's how the Cowboys do it. You gotta come out. Yeah. I am open to bribes. That has never been a question.
T-Dot, you couldn't come on here and win without a haircut. I wasn't gonna let that happen.
Look, so take your hat off, Aaron.
I'm not gonna do it.
Look, I'm gonna take my hat off. Boom, boom. No hair. That's how I make my life easy. No hair. Clean.
That's
how you see this reflection. You can see yourself in it. You can see yourself in this hat.
Hey, Mike, what you got underneath there, Mike?
Listen, man, we still cooking right now. We cooking. It's in the oven. It's in the oven.
Look, when they put the string up here, that's what he's trying to flatten that bitch out. He's trying to get the waves.
Listen, you gotta put the string up. You gotta put the string up there so it doesn't have that weird patch right there. Listen, I used to have hair at one point.
You already know.
I ain't never.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for joining us.
Man. Aaron, you the champ.
I hope y'all come back.